I wanted to explain a little bit about essential oils to begin with, just because I think it's so fascinating. The aromatic oils that the aromatic oils that are in the plant are the plant's immune system. It is their defense against bacteria, fungus, predators, and their own protective system. And the more harsh the climate, sometimes the more potent the oil, because they respond to that stressor. And so this is how you get differences in how things smell between, 1 year, depending on the climate, something smells one way, and then the next year, the same plant might smell differently. And it's just based on the stressors that the plant is under. So, but I find it fascinating that it's the plant's own immune system. So we then distill or express the oil from the plant using leaves, bark, twigs, the flowers, whatever the appropriate thing is for that particular plant. And it gets distilled into an essential oil. It's not a fatty oil. It's, it's very light, and it's volatile. It's a volatile oil. And it's composed of many of the chemical components that then act with our own chemistry. So when we can use the essential oils by inhalation, literally opening up a bottle and smelling it. We can diffuse it using a diffuser and having it fill the room. This is kind of a more passive way to take the oil in, and it's a way to take it in very gently for people who are more sensitive to smells or who have overactive immune systems that are hypersensitive. And we can also use the oils topically. And for people, again, who are more sensitive, sometimes we want to use a carrier oil. And then they can also be, some of them, not all of them, but some of them are considered generally regarded as safe, GRAS certified for internal consumption. So these would be things like your lemon oil, your oregano oils, your thyme oils, things that you would use in cooking, basically. You're used to these things. It's just in a much more concentrated form. So I have found that there's a protocol called the Raindrop Technique that is really so good for just helping to create a good state of relaxation in the body, and has some oils that are really effective for just supporting the immune system and helping to and supporting the systems of the body. One of the things that I think is so important in general health and well-being is understanding your physiology. We have an amazing, miraculous body that has backup systems upon backup systems to function under duress and under stress, and to keep functioning until the point that it can't. And understanding even some basics around that can help people to play with their body a little bit better, right? So we have our circulatory that has the heart as a pump, and it moves blood around the body. What people don't always realize is that our lymphatic system, which is an integral part of our immune system, doesn't have a pump. Your lymphatic system runs alongside the circulatory system, and it has little nodes that are kind of like bigger filters, but it requires our movement in order to pump this fluid through the body. So it used to be after surgery, they kept people very still. They said, lay here, repair. And now, of course, the protocols, as they've learned more, has changed. They get people up out of the hospital bed as fast as they can and get them moving, because they've learned that it improves the healing process, because it improves the immune system.
That makes sense.
Right. And so one of the biggest components I find right now, and especially when people are dealing with a chronic condition, is understanding the nervous system. So our nervous system, I liken it to the gas and the brake pedal. Okay, just to make it simple and really understandable for people. So you have the sympathetic nervous system, which is the gas pedal, and you have the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the brake pedal. This isn't exactly perfect, but it's kind of there. So when we are met with a threat, real or imagined, to our body. It doesn't matter, or we process it the same way. We get the adrenaline surge and to either fight, flight, or freeze. So fight takes blood from the organs, sends it to the limbs because we're going to punch something or we're going to have to move quickly. Flight, same thing, blood from the organs out to the extremities to run away. Or freeze, again, blood from the organs to the extremities to become very still so that we can play dead. And then the parasympathetic system is the relaxation response. Okay, so then blood comes from the extremities, goes into the organs, and this is where we repair and heal. When people are under kind of a constant, either chronic pain or constant attack from their own body, perceived again or real, it creates this inflammatory response because people don't ever get the parasympathetic repair.